Hey there, it's Beth Wright, and I'm providing you a course introduction for the NUR 236 Pharmacology 2018 course being held this summer. So, course participants of this particular course should be only if you are repeating NUR 236. So if you are not repeating to NUR 236, then you should not be in this course, and you need to email me and we'll work out any kind of questions that you have about the course and where you should be. Now, this is an online course, and so that means we're going to be using Blackboard a lot and strictly. And doesn't mean that you don't have access to faculty, but it does mean that pretty much everything is online. And so, of course, we have the Blackboard course menu layout for you. And you can, when you enter the course on Blackboard, it will take you to the Welcome Start Here, because that's where I want you to start. I need you to read that announcement that's posted and listen to this podcast, of course, and then navigate through the course as you will see the layout there. The next thing on the menu is the announcements. So anytime I post announcements, I'll send that an email to you as well. But you need to try to be sure to check your email frequently, because that's, of course, how I can or will be communicating with you. The faculty for the course is of course, me. I'm your main faculty, but I also have some help this summer, and that is with Mike Dean. He's working on his master's degree, and he's precepting with me. So he's an MSN student, so he's also going to be helping as well. So you'll see his name, some emails from him, possibly some podcast, hearing some podcasts from him as well. In the course docs, syllabus and calendar menu button, there you'll find several documents that are just supplemental or excerpts from the syllabus. You'll see several ones, so go in there and look around and see what you see. Also, this is where your syllabus will be and your calendar. So those two documents are extremely important for you to notice. The course units is a menu button, and of course this one's extremely important. So when you click on that, you'll see each unit, and you will notice that within those units you'll have course objectives, and then you'll also have maybe some worksheets that will help you with the content. You will have podcast that's available for you for pretty much each unit. And so those all should be working. I've checked them out. And so, go to town on that, get going on those units and start looking at them. And I advise you that, once you finish one unit, when you get that quiz done, or test done, you need to begin immediately on that, because we only have a month to get this done. So, it goes quick. Really quick. So you have got to be on task here, and make yourself a calendar, study guide, that kind of thing, or a study calendar, I guess you could say, to keep yourself on task so that you'll be ready for this. The next menu item is a discussion board, and so I'd like for everybody to just put a simple introduction of yourself. There's a thread started for that already. Also, there's a thread that started that's titled FMQs, or Frequently Missed Questions. So, we will post something about frequently missed questions for each test and quiz. And then there's also a thread that started that says you have the floor. So this is where you can post questions and comments about the course, And we'll be checking that that particular thread, weekly, frequently in case you have some questions. And of course, you can always use email as well. But what I've found is most of the time when students have a question, other students have a question. And so it's helpful if you put it on, you have the floor thread so that other people can go and look at that as well. Continuing on with the Blackboard, you have a button that is titled Quizzes, Tests, Exams. So this is where you're going to click on for all of those quizzes, tests, and exams. You also have a stress button, so we know how stressful nursing school is, and you have a button there that's got various different things, some meditation, music, humor. So anyway, feel free to enter that anytime you need to. I have placed the send email button there for you so that you can have access to faculty or classmates. I've put your My Grades tool button there as well so you can check on those. Blackboard Collaborate, that is an area where we will be, you can enter in and in that menu button, and we will be having office hours every Tuesday evening at from 8 to 9. So you can enter those virtual office hours by clicking on this button, and then you click on the join session, and that has you to come in and enter. Now, in order to participate for this, you do need speakers so you can hear. Most computers, laptops, or whatever have that. You can hopefully also have a mic where you can talk, but if you can't, there is a way to type in, text your messages. So that's another method as well. Course evaluation is something that we want all students to complete after the courses or near completion. And then the next item, it says VHCC results, but that actually should say resources. So it's VHCC resources. This is where you click on that, and there's technical help, Blackboard help, that kind of thing. So sorry about the typo there. Okay, syllabus review. Of course, one of the things that's extremely important are the course units. And so you want to look at that. Remember, all tests, quizzes have to come from the syllabus. And so you have exemplars listed, and you have course objectives listed. And so all quizzes, tests, and final exam questions have to come from those. So be sure to know those and review those. Now for the points, and it's all about the points. It's all about the points. About the points. Yeah. All right, so 147 total passing points. You are going to have quizzes in this course. Quizzes can be taken on your own. You don't, at home, wherever you are. You do not have to come to the testing centers to do that. So you just have to have internet access, and the calendar has the dates on those, okay? So quizzes are going to be for every unit. So you'll have a 10-question quiz, and you have 15 minutes to complete the quiz. And it will cut off when you take it if you exceed that 15 minutes. So it's going to be important that you prepare for the quizzes and for all unit tests, for everything for that matter. So the quizzes will cut off after 15 minutes. So I just want you to know that up front. Also, all test questions, all quizzes, final exam, you will have, the one question at a time, and you cannot backtrack. So it's going to be important that you really read that question well and make your selection and move on. Okay, so again, the quizzes you can take on your own. You're going to have 10 per unit, so 10 questions per unit. So we'll start off with, quiz unit 1 and 2. And you'll have a quiz on unit 1, quiz on unit 2, and then you'll have a test for unit 1 and 2. And then you go and have a quiz for unit 3 and a quiz for unit 4. And then you're going to have a test for those 2 units. And then you have quizzes for unit 5 and unit 6. And then you have a test for those 2 units. And then of course you'll have the final exam. So that's kind of how it's going to flow. Again, you got to be ready for those quizzes when you sit down and take those. So we got to be sure to do that. Quizzes can be taken on your own time. You just need, on the scheduled date, following the calendar, but you do not have to come to the testing center for that. Tests, you do have to come to the testing centers for that. And we have approved testing sites that are areas that we've used in the past that are, agreeable and work with our students. Some of these testing centers may charge you. And that's going to, of course, be your expense, not the college. But I have to stress this. If you need to test at an alternate testing site other than your campus testing centers, I need to know that. And I need to know that now or as soon as possible, because I've got to be sure to work it out with them, make sure, that's all approved. They're approved testing sites, but that they're currently okay to do it because, things change from year to year. I typically don't have any problems, but, I need to know if you need to test somewhere other than the Southwest Community College Campus Testing Center, the Mountain Empire Testing Center, or VHCC Testing Center. So be sure to do that ASAP. Do not do that on the day of a test. That is not good because usually you have issues, with communication and that kind of thing. So I've got to know this as soon as possible. Okay, and then of course you have the final exam at the end, and all of these test dates are on your calendar. So speaking of the calendar, be sure to note those dates of your quiz and test and final exam. Also, there's a makeup test date, and we have the virtual office hours listed on the calendar as well. So the main goal here, guys, is your success and your learning. So that is the most important goal in my mind, and it should be in yours. You have to communicate when you're having issues, questions, that kind of thing. Especially on an online course, it is essential that you communicate. If you'll look under the faculty information, I've got my cell phone number there. Don't mind for you to text, or call me. I'm devoted to you and to your success. So you've just got to put the time in and the effort to get this, to make this happen, okay? So email, texting, calling, all of that is fine. Communication is extremely essential. All right, and the final thing is you've got this. You can do this. You've done this course before, so you know what to expect. So we've got this together. We're going to get this done, and you're going to be successful. I think that's all, and just let me know if you have any questions. I look forward to working with you.